We're giving you our thoughts on the new Joker movie coming up next. What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Moreau.
And I am Stephanie.
And we're here to give you our thoughts on the new Joker movie. You know, the one starring Joaquin Phoenix, directed by Todd Philips, written by Todd Philips, and
Scott
Silver. Yeah. You know, that movie came out on October 4th, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
2019. And we saw it separately. Conveniently enough.
That's the sacrifice we're willing to make for you guys. We wanted to review it on our channel. We didn't have a babysitter.
Nope.
We saw it separately.
Yep, so she saw it first on Saturday, I saw it on Sunday, and it's now Monday night, and we're reviewing it just for you guys. So I guess we'll start off spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free. You guys get a few minutes with spoiler-free.
And then we'll hop into the spoilers. We'll make sure, like, you know, with the whole flashy, letting you guys know that we're jumping into spoiler realm. But, so let's, I guess, start off with some basic thoughts on the movie.
I enjoyed Joaquin Phoenix a lot.
Yes.
I really enjoyed his acting. He did a great job. He's a very good actor. He really sold the part.
Yes, yeah.
He mastered the Joker laugh. He has that down
That was
to
awesome.
I felt like it was the Joker really laughing.
Yeah, he did an amazing job with his characterization of the Joker. It was, like she said, the laugh was amazing. Just him being creepy was amazing. He did an excellent job of playing the Joker.
Yeah, it's hard to really comment on much other than him. He was such a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's mostly just 2 hours of Joaquin Phoenix, and then there's a couple parts where other people have like 10 lines, and then that's it. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in every single scene.
Yeah, he steals the show.
He does. I think that's pretty much the best thing we can say about the movie.
It's top three things.
Alright, so I'll come on and say that I did not love the movie. I thought overall it painted a great picture of the Joker. It just took way too long to get to that moment of fulfilling of the Joker.
I definitely agree with that. It was very drawn out. Like an hour and 20 minutes into it, I'm looking at my watch, I'm like, something's gotta happen soon. Like, okay, this is it. Okay, this is when it's gonna happen. This is the big moment, and just, nope. Keep going. 15 more non-moments. So, I agree. It definitely, it dragged. It took a while. I wanted to love it more. I was very excited to love it, and I was disappointed. It was a good story. I mean, they did a good job as far as the story is, like, the whole story is concerned. It's a good story. Joaquin Phoenix is an awesome actor. Very well acted. I felt like everyone else who was in it did a good acting job.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel like it was lost in the acting or even like the sets or the scenes or anything like that. It wasn't...
Yeah, I think what this movie is going to have a hard time overcoming is, since it's the Joker, it's, you know, Batman's arch nemesis. It's like a big villain of Batman. And when you look back at all the Batman movies and all, like, Justice League and Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Avengers and all the Marvel movies, those are big action movies, and like they're direct to the point. Sorry about the train.
People probably don't even hear it. You guys don't hear that, right?
This movie is not that. This is much more of a...
Reminds me of like something you'd see like at an indie festival.
Although it 100% is like that. It is a deep dive into who the Joker was before he became the Joker. And it's a deep, deep dive into that.
You really get to know the Joker. I know his underwear size, what his favorite color is.
How he likes to dance.
How he likes his eggs. We know.
I mean, looking at in the context of a single movie by itself that's not in a superhero realm, I think it's an okay movie. But when you put it in this world of superheroes where over the past, 20 years since superhero movies have become like really popularized, that's where I was sitting next to a couple where the guy goes halfway through the movie, he's like, oh my god, is this all this movie's going to be? And sure enough, 20 more or another half or hour long, because it was like it's a 2-hour movie. It's pretty much stayed the same. It had there was a little bit of a fulfillment at the end, but it was pretty much it.
Yeah, I feel like if it was like written by a bunch of college students and Joaquin Phoenix wasn't famous and then that movie came out, you'd be like, that was amazing! But like, for the level of movie that it's at, with the level of actors that they had in it, it just wasn't stunning.
Yeah.
It's not.
I did like some of the twists that, like, so if you are a comic book fan, like myself...
Are we going to start doing spoilers now?
No, I'm not going to do spoilers just yet. They did some cool twists to plot lines that have been ingrained since, the Joker was first thought of back in, I don't even know when he first came out. Maybe I'll put that up on screen. But they did some twists to that, and I thought that was pretty interesting in the film. They did a nice twist with what happened to... I guess I shouldn't say that. I guess we should wait to do...
That's what I'm saying. We're ready for spoilers, guys.
Okay. All right, and here I am going on and on. Let's just jump right into the spoilers. So, if you guys don't want this movie ruined for you, or you don't want to hear spoilers about the new Joker movie, this is when you should turn it off or skip to the very, very end, and, when we're tuning out and saying goodbye. But yeah, so let's talk spoilers.
Spoilers. I agree with Bruce. I didn't follow any of the comics up until now, so I didn't know the stories. There is a point in the movie where they tell you that the Joker's dad is Bruce Wayne's dad, Thomas Wayne, and I was like, wait, what? Is that how it goes? Is that the real story?
And I'm like, that was a cool twist.
So they have you, and I mean, they still kind of leave it in the air where they say, the Joker's mom is crazy. She made the whole thing up. It's not really, Thomas Wayne really isn't his dad. So there's no absolute confirmation. They do kind of lead in that direction that he is the dad. And so to me, I don't follow the comics. I was like, is that what goes on in the comics? Like, why haven't I been reading them the whole time? Like, is this the real story? So that part, like you were saying, the twists are cool. Like what they did with the Joker, how he became the Joker, his backstory. It's a cool story. It's a good story.
Yeah, I really did like that. And the whole, there was a scene, like, we all know how Bruce Wayne's parents die. They're coming out of a movie theater, and they go down the crime alley to, like, it was like a shortcut to their car, and Joe something, I forgot what his last name is, comes in, he's poor, he needs money, he tries to rob them, shoots them both, and Bruce Wayne is left alive. And this, the Joker is seen as, he ends up killing 3 people. 3 rich guys on the subway, and Gotham is in like a downfall. It's like the rich are rich and the poor are poor, and the poor are really struggling. And so the poor people saw this as like a punch back to the city. Like, we got you. We took 3 of the kings down, and now we feel a little bit stronger. And so people are starting to wear clown faces and clown makeup, and he's starting a movement. And towards the end of the movie, you see Bruce Wayne, or Thomas Wayne, and Martha Wayne come out of the movie theater with Bruce, and they go down an alley, and you see one of the Joker's people in the movement go, and what does he say? You get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. You get what you deserve, and he ends up shooting him like that. So, and then there's also the Pearl Rip, the famous Pearl Rip. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But other than that, I thought the movie just really struggled. I thought the pacing was terrible. The movie moved super slow.
I was like, I almost wanted to just leave. I was like, oh my god, you just want him to be the Joker. Like, you go in expecting the Joker. And I know it's his backstory and we're supposed to learn about that, and that was cool. Like I said, what they did with it was a good backstory. It was interesting to learn about, but it was really dragged out. Like, they start off with the Joker being a mentally handicapped man. He was abused as a child, which caused him to have a mental handicap where he was slow, and then that was where the laugh came from, was his laugh.
Yeah, that's how he dealt with weird, awkward situations, or if he was really scared or whatnot, he would start doing that crazy laugh, which, again, we said at the beginning of this, it's an amazing laugh.
Yeah, he does a really good job with the laugh. But they show you throughout the movie him having experiences in life where he's being picked on, or, people that, don't see him even as a human being based on his disability. And they just have so many examples of that. Like, you need like 2, maybe 3. But that was the whole movie. It was just like, okay, now the guy he works with is going to be mean. Now guys on the subway are going to be mean. Now kids in the street are going to be mean. Like, we get it. Everyone's mean to him. Like, you just want him to get to, like, the point where he's the Joker. Like, where's the Joker? Push him over the edge already. Like,
yeah, you find out that his mom was mean and didn't care about him.
Right. Just, like, everything leading up to it. Which I get. We want to hear all that. We want to know how he gets there. But just like a little, each moment doesn't need 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was an hour and 40 minutes, I would say, of leading up to that. Just that whole build up for an hour and 40 minutes. And we got 20 minutes of like him finally becoming the Joker. Which was, I mean, the first scene when he was in his apartment painting himself, and then his two ex-coworkers come in. Mm-hmm. That was a pretty good scene.
Yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't all terrible. It just, they took so long to get to where they wanted to get. And I feel like everyone kind of feels that way from what we've been seeing on the internet, is that it's kind of the consensus that you want the Joker. That's what you want. Like, you want the backstory. You want that whole story was good, but you want the action. You want to see the Joker snap. You want to see the riot in the street. You want to see the people come together, and you want to see how he gets to how, evil he is. They didn't do a good job of making him seem very evil. Like, they did a good... Towards the end, make him seem unempathetic, and they sold that kind of at the end, but he was not like a mean...
Yeah, you made a good point. We talked about this a little bit last night. So the Joker is a mastermind. Like, he's absolutely insane and crazy, but he has a plan, and he always has a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan, and he's smart, and he's conniving, and he's twisted. And this, he did not seem that at all. He just seemed like dumb and like sad for himself, and then he just kind of snaps and he kills a couple people, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm doing this for the movement. He was enjoying the fact that there was a movement because of the actions that he did, but he wasn't causing that. He wasn't like thinking ahead, being like, oh,
he wasn't planning on starting that movement. It just so happened that he killed some kids who were being mean to him, 50th in line in that movie, 50th people being mean to him, and then he, like, even after he killed them, like, he wasn't like, I killed you, or like happy, or like...
Or when he started with like seeing some of the movement, like they kind of hinted at a teeny bit, but it should have been more like, all right, I see this movement, I'm going to commit some more crimes. I'm going to commit some more crimes.
Right, yes, like after that happened, you kept waiting for him to... Like, that was a big scene. That was like, what, probably like halfway through the movie. Yeah. So halfway through the movie, you're like, okay, this is it. He's going to kill these people. He's going to get a taste for blood. He's going to be like, I'm not taking...
Or vengeance or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not taking this, abuse anymore. I'm going to help the city. I'm going to start a riot. I'm going to do... But it didn't. Even after he killed him, I felt like it was like another 45 minutes of him like mulling it over. What is he going to do? He still wants to go on dates with girls. Like, they made him just like...
A sad sap.
A sad, like, self-pity. I can't even explain it. Just, like, you don't believe he's the Joker. Even when he finally becomes the Joker, you're like, he's not capable of pulling any of this really off. Like, if he didn't have the village behind him, the town behind him, rioting and, crashing police cars and setting fires, he just, like...
Yeah.
He wasn't smart. Like, you didn't believe he was an evil mastermind.
Yeah, even when the cops were chasing him, like... At that point, he was pretty much the Joker. He didn't do anything special. He should have, like, killed those cops, but he, like, let the crowd kill them, I guess, which, I don't know. It was a weird movie when I look back at it. It wasn't a bad movie. It definitely was not a good movie. It was just... It had good moments that you really enjoyed, which kind of make the bad parts not so bad, but there were so many bad parts that it's not good.
The last 20 minutes saved it. The last 20 minutes... of him, like, dyeing his hair and doing his makeup, and then the guy comes to his house, he, like, stabs him in the neck and then stabs him in the eye, and then, like, it's really nice, the midget that was in it.
Oh, that was, I think, the best part of the whole movie. It was so good.
And, like, that, and then he goes on the talk show, and then, like, he loses it there. Like,
that casting of Robert De Niro was so weird to me.
Yeah.
It was so weird to me. I was talking to the guys at work today. It's like, no, it's like, they needed some other big name clout to be in the film, and someone else said something. I was just like, it just seemed like Todd Phillips was like, hey, I know Robert De Niro. I'm gonna call in this favor. Yeah. It just seemed like so weird to me.
Yeah, I wish that it was better. I wish I had a better review. I'm disappointed to bring you this review.
Yeah.
Because I was really excited to see it and excited to tell you fun things. And especially since I just finished reading Harleen and I was all like into the Joker world. And I was like, yes, the Joker is going to be awesome. And I was even hoping they'd bring like Harley Quinn into it at the end and like...
Yeah, there's a scene at the end where they totally could have slipped her in, but they didn't.
No.
This is the very, very end. But, I mean, I will applaud Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, his performance was incredible. Yeah. And the amount of weight he lost, he looked...
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, like, does he have something wrong with his spine that his shoulder blades stick out like that? Like, what?
I mean, his performance was amazing. And there was some other decent performance, but I thought there was multiple weird castings. Robert De Niro was really weird. Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne were really old to have a really young son. Like, they both looked like they were, like, late 50s, early 60s with a, like, 8-year-old.
Yeah.
I also like this. It was definitely shot in New York City, and all I could see was New York City. I didn't see like Gotham, because Gotham, you know, I know it's a big city, but I just kept on seeing major landmarks in New York City, and I'm like, oh, I know where that staircase is. Oh, I know where that subway tunnel is. I know exactly where it is. And I guess as a New Yorker, that kind of affected my thought of it, because you know the city Gotham is its own character. And for me seeing New York and not Gotham, it kind of threw me off a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I just think overall, it wasn't a great film.
No, and they did a weird direction with Thomas Wayne too. They made him mean and like a prick and like only caring about the money and not about Gotham, which isn't, you know, I mean, I don't know, I can't say isn't how it is in the comics, but in any other Batman movie, it's portrayed to be very different.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is not a straightforward telling of the Joker. This isn't like an alt universe, you could say, its own story, its own thing, so they can change whatever they want. But when things are so ingrained for so long, and you see Thomas Wayne, he's supposed to be like this loving, caring doctor that all he wants to do is uplift the people, and this Thomas Wayne was just
he like made fun of people, told the poor people they were just like pathetic, and they like
he called them clowns.
Yes, well that's, I mean, they worked that into the storyline, but just basically like they did this to themselves, basically, like, pull yourselves together and get your crap together and become rich like me. Like, it was very strange.
Yeah.
It put a bad taste in your mouth, Thomas Wayne.
So, yeah, I don't want to go into too much more. I mean, we've been talking for 17 minutes now.
And we're just saying the same thing. We're becoming the Joker movie. Yes. That's what happens. You become the Joker movie, you draw things out, and you become boring. It's infecting us. All right. It's the opposite of deceased.
If you're gonna rate this 1 to 10, where would you give this rating?
Oh God, like a 4.
A 4?
Like I wouldn't see it again. I wouldn't recommend you go see it. You can see it at home maybe, and maybe play your drinking game while you see it. So at least that passes the time.
I would give this a 5 because, like I said, I think the performance of Joaquin Phoenix is definitely worth seeing. If you're
watch like the highlights on YouTube of Joaquin Phoenix's performance.
If you love Batman, I think this is definitely worth watching. I think if you're also kind of like a film buff, there's like a couple people at work. I work in a very creative industry, and they all loved it. They were talking about how great of a film it was. But if you're a comic book fan and you're into all the comic movies now, I guarantee you're not going to like it. Or you're going to be like, ugh. You're going to have trouble saying bad things about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
Play drinking games.
I would say see it at home. Yeah, wait for DVD on this one or streaming or whatever. But yeah,
it's consensus. I agree with Bruce.
Cool. All right, well that's gonna be it, I think, guys. Well, we do have some cool news.
We do.
Streaming again on Friday.
We kind of threw together a live stream last Friday. We've been trying to get it to work. We didn't really think we were going to be able to. We did last minute, so we did kind of an impromptu live stream last Friday, but we are going to be starting every Friday doing a new segment on our channel. What is it called, Bruce?
Comics and Beer.
Comics and Beer. We're going to be picking out some different beers that we're going to try that we've never had before, while we also bring you comic news and things that are going on in the comic book world, and just kind of
have a good time.
Drink beers, hang out with you guys. You can come join us on the live chat, talk about things. We're going to post our beer list on Thursday. You guys can pick up.
If you guys want to follow along.
Yeah, if you want to follow along, you can pick up the same beers we are. Try
if you're
them
21.
With us. As long as you're 21 and older, disclaimer, unless you live in a state where you don't have to be 21. Is that all of the United States? I don't know.
I think maybe Canada? But yeah, so if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram and Facebook. The things will be somewhere on here. And Twitter, yes, on Twitter. We'll put up all our handles there. And yeah, I think
Join
it's
us
going to
on
be
Friday.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have some more videos before then. But Friday's the big one.
Friday's the big one. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming by, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.